It's about a week now since both chambers of the Nigerian National Assembly voted to amend some sections of the 1999 Constitution. The amendment has been received with mixed reactions from different quarters. While the youths are happy with the Not Too Young to Rule bill and the local government are pleased, some others are not so happy. Well, the role of the media in this discourse will go a long way in helping the public understand the hows, the whys, the whens, and all the questions about the amendment. To help us discuss this issue and bisect and dissect it is a media professional and the general manager of Core TV, Jamil Afegbua. Nice to have you, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's go into the business proper. On a scale of 1 to 10, how well would you say the media handled the coverage of this constitution amendment?
Yeah, well, I would give it, like I've always told anybody that's asked me, I'll give it a 7 or 8. On 8 because yeah, it is fair enough in the sense that yes, we covered it, everybody heard about it, but how extensive people know about it is another issue. So what we're looking at is not just covering it; it's about actually making people understand it at the end of the day. It's not everybody that understands what the women empowerment thing is about. Anyway, outside there, it's not everybody that knows why we want a 35% affirmative action for women. Okay. It's not everybody that understands why the local government has to have autonomy. So those are some of the areas. It's not everybody that understands what devolution of power means. Yeah. So in terms of coverage, yes, we covered it, we showed it on air, we read it in the papers, but do they understand what they're reading? It seemed like the media was more of reactive. You know, these issues we know was going to be debated on the House at a time, but the media we didn't hear so much about it before the debate day. Maybe all the nitty-gritty, dissecting, understanding everything. You must understand that before now, there's been constitutional review conferences going on. Yeah. You know, both chambers of the National Assembly have had their constitutional review conferences in Lagos, retreats everywhere. And, you know, so there has been, you know, an uproar sort of about it. But after, what I'm trying to say is, after that is over, it's like an instant coffee thing. When you just finish it, it's over. After the conferences are over, nobody goes back to say, let me even write a script or let me write, you know, a piece to enlighten people on how much they have reviewed it or the conference has gone and what they're intending to do. If they had done that at the voting stage, you would have seen people bring more reasons why they, you know, to their representatives why they should, you know, vote. So if that was done, it should have the voting pattern would have been would have swung, you know, to a different way that we have it now, because we can't have both chambers of the National Assembly actually went for constitutional review conferences. Now, why would we not have different the two chambers having different voting patterns? While some are voting for this, out of 33 amendments that are supposed to be made for 33 sections of of the Constitution, you have 29 being amended to reflect positively in the lives of Nigeria from the Senate. But how many do you have from the House? So it's a case of, and they were supposed to do it concurrently, but the House had issues and they had to do their own one day after the Senate had done their own. I mean, it shows that you were waiting for the Senate to do something. You want to believe it's intentional? Well, I think so. I think so. Well, we saw on live TV that they had technical problems. They can extend their time. They can actually extend their, it's in their rule book. They can extend their time, late. So they can stay till late. You understand? So we don't. Well, it's all part of the politics. Politics, yeah. You just mentioned that after the voting, the amendments, the media has just gone to rest on it. But I've been seeing recurring in the media discuss on different breakfast shows, news bulletins, the discussion still ongoing. So I wouldn't want to believe that the media is going to sleep on it. Let me ask you a question. How many % of people in my village, Okwela for instance, have television sets or have lights to watch? They have social media. How many people? In your village, how many people have social media? How many people can afford data on their phones? The only thing they can rely on are papers, newspapers, which probably come, you know, 2-3 days after. No, does that still happen? No. It still happens. I buy papers from here, All the papers I've read in like 2 months, I gather them all and take to my uncle in the village.
Oh.
Yeah, because he can't afford to buy papers. So even if you put it in the papers, it still doesn't make anything. The best thing that the media can do is pressure government into having campaigns. National orientation agencies should have campaigns when such things are coming.
All right, we are going to go straight into the Not Too Young to Rule bill.
Good.
And it's been passed and the youths are smiling. How is the media taking it? How is the media following up on it?
Well,
especially in the very rural areas.
On my own, I have detailed some of my reporters. They have to do a little follow-up, special reports on it, go to these rural areas, go to these youth camps and begin to find out how much they understand it and what they intend to do. One of them brought a report back, and a young man said something that is very, very important. He said, if the National Assembly has passed this bill for us to run, I mean that we're not too young, they should also make provision that INEC should amend their laws to say that political parties should give space to little ones or the young ones at least 30 to 40% in their political parties. So you have somebody who's, the political parties can say 40% for local government chairman, you know, State House of Assembly. You can give that to the young ones, and then you guys can compete for the other ones.
So I guess the young ones have the media need to lend their voice to help.
We need to lend our voices to help, push. I just told you something that a young man somewhere said. But how many other people even watched my TV station to say, I heard him say so let's actually push
well,
for
the
this.
good thing is that television stations are online now, so
yeah.
we try to
again, we come back to how many of us can actually afford those things. That's the thing.
All right, let's talk the women. The women were not so smiling with the 35%.
Yeah, I think I was one of the people that felt very, very bad about it because if I was a woman, I think I would be the head of all the activists, women activists. Yeah, because you look at the home, it is the woman. Look at the child, it is the woman. And in the very few positions they are given, you see that they are doing very well. I've not heard of any woman who has not done well in a position that she's been given. Look at the Okonjo-Iweala, the Kemi Adeosuns. Look at captains of industries. Look at bank MDs that are women.
Yeah.
They've done so well. I mean, so if you're looking at appointive offices, which is what they're struggling for, we don't need a 35% affirmative action. We need at least a 40 or 45% affirmative action. They don't have to come to the National Assembly. You can put them as local government chairman.
All right, let's come to the crux, which is the role of the media in this. I know that for some time now, there have been more female gender
even
programs.
In that, I'm not cutting you, but even in that, you'll find out that, yes, the media has still not done well in going after getting 45% affirmative action for women. Like I said, if you finish the whole voting process, it ends there. How do you go to meet a woman in Kebbi State, for instance, in the rural area in Kebbi State, and say, do you understand why you need to have 35 or 40% affirmative action?
Okay, we've just agreed now that the media is not doing enough. We should still do much more, and let's see if in the future something can be done about it. Yeah. Finally, and we just have 1 minute to take care of this. The local government, the media, also, I believe, ain't doing enough in the talking about local government autonomy. Yeah. Do they in the local government actually understand what this autonomy is about?
No, they don't. And who tells them? Who's the media is not just to read news. And
they have the local community stations, I guess.
No, you see, they speak mostly in English, and where they are speaking in their native dialects, most of them are in the farms. You understand? I try as much as possible to read these things and see how it affects them or not. You have to go back down, even on your own as a media person. Organize your own small conference for them and explain to them. It doesn't take anything from you. You can have a town hall where you as a media person will tell them, look, this is what they are talking about in Abuja. So if you don't understand it, this is how it's going to benefit you.
All right, so I am sorry we have to end here now. I think so much time has spent already, and we have so much more to talk about.
I was just getting to go.
I know, and I have so much questions to ask you. Anyhow, we'll continue off the camera. Thank you very much, Jamil Afegbua, General Manager, Core TV.
Thank you very much.
All right, you've heard from him. The media should do even much more. Even though he rated the media coverage 80%, he says do much more to see that the public understand the amendment and all the little details in it.